Hey guys, it's Mark here from your Mediocre Gamer. Today I've got a Starcraft 2 game for you. I'm just going to be doing a multiplayer game. It's not my first, but I've done a couple before, but they're all good. As you can see up the top here, I've got the limited edition of the game, because just fancied buying that really more than anything. And I haven't done too much on the game. I've had it since launch, but I've just not really had the time to play it. I've been playing so many other games recently, so I just thought I'd play it now. So yeah, I'm going to do a 1v1. I'm going to be Terran, because they're just my favourite at the moment. And I've done some more before, as you see. I've got 44 practice leagues left, which are just like what you can do before you really jump into the game, and I've already done 6, which I haven't recorded, but I've won 5 out of 6, I believe, and this is going to be my 7th game, so we're going to jump into that. I'm just searching for a player at the moment to kick his ass and see what we find. And one thing you will notice about the practice league is it's a lot slower than normal. You play on a slower speed, and you only play a select amount of levels, and they've all been customized so that you can't rush other people and kill them quickly with sort of set units and stuff like that. So it's been set up for people that don't really know how to play the game, which is it's very useful for everyone really more than anything. And just waiting for a game, and yeah, you've got all these other little bits, like you've got the custom games and the cooperative games which you can use, so it's all good. And there we go, player found. So 3, 2, 1 on the game start, and off we go. As you can see on the right there, he's got the standard sort of user profile picture, and I've got the limited edition one. So it lets you know who you're playing against and how good they are, really, with how you unlock those different pictures. So right, here we go, and straight away SCVs into the minerals, and you just start building them. GLHF, which is something I always say at the start of the game, it just means good luck, have fun. It's just a polite thing to say when you start. And when you lose the game, or if you've won the game, it doesn't really matter. Just say GG, because it's just polite, really, more than anything. It just means good game. It's just something nice to say to people when you're playing. So yeah, at the moment I'm just working on getting loads of SCVs out, just trying to mineral, just mash up really at the moment, trying to get as much in as possible. Most Terrans seem to go for the same thing. They go straight away for the supply depot, then their barracks, then an orbital command and a marine. So it's kind of the same thing straight away every single game. Everyone's going for the same thing with Terran, but one thing I did do wrong in this game, which I think I should have done a lot quicker, is with the gas, which is the 2 things either side of the minerals. I should have got them a lot quicker than I did. But as you can see, there's a little place you can wall in here, which is something I would recommend. Just chucking a supply depot and barracks there. Because obviously, if you've got units rushing at you, especially after the practice league, if you've got units rushing at you, it's very, very useful just to be able to have them hit that wall and not be able to get straight into your base and screw your supply lines up. So you get that down there and get a barracks next to it and maybe another supply depot, and it really helps out your defence. As you can see, when I was down there just then, there was a patch of rocks which stops the rushing, and there was a expansion as well in there. So that gives you loads of options of what you can do. Like you've always got, or usually always have, a natural expansion, which is a base near one that you've already got. And basically you can just get another base down there, and it just increases all the mineral amount that you can get. So you can see I've increased there by just chucking that supply depot down and going straight for a barracks, because obviously you need the barracks just to get the marines out and have some sort of defence against whatever they throw at you. So as you can see, I'm constantly building the SCVs and trying to get more marines out, and the supply depots as well, just constantly. You can see I'm going for my refinery now just to get my gas in. Gas is sort of like what you use for the more advanced units. Like marines are basic, they only use minerals, but things like medivacs, which is something I use quite heavily in my builds, they cost 100 gas each, so you need to get that in, and you get 5 minerals per SCV trip, and you get 4, I believe, of the gas, so you get slightly less, and you can only have, I think 3 is the best amount of SCVs working in one gas place, so 6 in total on each base. Otherwise you're just oversaturating it and you're just not getting anything extra out of it, you're just wasting a SCV basically. So you can see there's one guy going there, and yes, it is 4 every time. So I just got him working in there, and I do chuck a couple more SCVs on it. But as you can see, I'm just sitting here waiting for these SCVs to finish. I even cancel one just so I can get that orbital command a bit quicker. There you go, just building a couple more marines and going for the orbital command. The orbital command is brilliant just for the sheer fact that you can drop down things like mules, which are like really bulky SCVs, and they can only mine minerals. They can't do gas or build anything. But they are amazing at doing it. They gather, I think, 20 odd minerals each time they go for a trip or something around that area, and they're just really great at doing it. And they're temporary units. You cool them down with energy, which is something that the command center gets every couple of seconds. and it costs I think 50 energy to use it, and they are amazing. There's something that as soon as you can use one, you want to chuck one down straight away just because they're so useful. There you go, I'm going for my second barracks at the moment just so I can build the units as quickly as possible. And as you can see, I'm building a tech center on my barracks, which isn't actually for the barracks. I'm building it as a preempt for when I actually get my factory out. And as you can see, it's nearly finished there. There you go, straight up away. So I'm thinking, I need my factory now, and I haven't got enough gas. So as you can see, I've got 3 units in there. You can only see 2 at a time because one goes in as one comes out. There's 3 there collecting the gas. I've got 55 at the moment. And there you go, I build a couple of marauders now, and then I'll decide against it because obviously they're using up my gas. Might only be 25, but that's 50 gas gone straight away. And when I'm trying to build quite a quick scheme, it's best just to keep on the marines because the minerals don't really matter. So if I can just keep pumping out all that, I can go for the factory and chuck something good out. The reason for the factory is you need it to get the starport first of all, and one of my favourite units in the early game is Hellions. With their upgrade, which is called Blue Flame Hellions, or that's what they're generally known as. They just make them twice as powerful, really, more than anything. And as you can see, I'm moving the barracks out of the way because most of Terran buildings can fly in some way or another, and it's just useful to get that out the way. So when that factory's finished, I can chuck it over the top there. And I build a reactor on top of my barracks, or well, next to the barracks. Just because when you have a reactor, it's a little bit more expensive than the tech lab. It costs 25 more gas than the usual 25 that it costs for the tech lab. There we go, if I can get my words out, that'd be brilliant. And reactors basically mean you can build 2 units at once, but you can only build the very basic units, the marines. And since I rely quite heavily on marines, it's brilliant for me, so I can just chuck out, with this when I have 2 reactors, I can chuck out 4 marines at once. And they all come out at the same time, so I'm building 4 units that take the same time as 2, so it's brilliant. And there you go, there's my factory built, up and away, and chuck it down on there. It's quite useful to do that, because I mean the tech cloud means you could get a marauder out if you wanted to while you're waiting for the factory to finish. There you go for my second gas, which I should have done a hell of a lot earlier, just because it's been quite bad. I do actually supply block myself in a bit, which is stupid of myself, but just because I'm concentrating on so many things at once at the moment, really. This sort of build that I've been doing it for a little while. I kind of figured it out from game 1, really. I mean, I did play Starcraft 1 for a bit. I was never really that great at it. I usually played the custom maps where you like doing tower defense and stuff like that. But I always liked it, and I've always been playing it ever since it was first out. And you know, in the days of Diablo 2, Starcraft 1, and all that sort of stuff, I was always into. But it's always good. It's a good, fun game, and I would recommend anyone that can get their hands on it, just give it a go, because for how pathetic it looks compared to this, it is actually still a really amazing game. Yeah, there we go. Looking at the Blue Flame Hellion, the pre-igniter as it's called, that is actually going to cost me 150, so just got to wait until that carries on, really. And let's have a look what I'm doing. Right, I've got both my reactors going down now for the barracks, so I'll be able to build those 4 units at once, as we were talking about. And the actual next command center is nearly done. So as you can see, I've hotkeyed both of my command centers to 1 and both my barracks to number 2. I should really have done my factory to number 3 and my starport to number 4, but I forgot about it. And as you can see, I supply blocked myself here, which is really stupid of me, as I said before. So I'm just building a couple of supply depots here. As you can see, this one here is building 1 and then going straight back to the minerals, and the other one is building 2, one after the other. So it's quite cool. You can tell someone to build something, then build something else afterwards straight away. It just saves time more than anything. So I've got a couple of medivacs building now. I think I cancel that other one eventually. But as you can see, 4 marines, just when I've got the money for it, just pumping out the Hellions as well. Not being able to afford the upgrade for them yet, but as you can see, they've got the rocks there, just checking they're not being attacked. Just a quick check to see that there's nothing coming at me. As you can see, I've quite oversaturated my normal base here. I could probably chuck a couple more in, but on this such a slow speed, I'm not really too fussed, to be honest. It's just about killing them quickly. There's my starport. I'll cancel that one and go, reactor, that'd be useful. Because with reactors, you can build what you can already build faster, or twice as fast, basically. You can build 2 at once. So I can build the medivacs and the wraiths, or wraths, 2 at once. So, really handy, really. So you can just chuck out 2 units at once, and with the medivacs, they're so useful just for the sheer fact they can heal my marines when they're out, and they can carry them when they're not. So I can chuck them over the top of walls and drop them behind people's base. There's one place I will show you later on which is one place I really love to drop Marines. It just seems to be the best place to chuck them because they're completely invisible at the start until you rush into their base. And with Protoss, it's quite a good place just to actually be able to just jump in, chuck them down in one place, and even build a pylon there just so you can keep chucking reinforcements in. Which when you're moving into the late game and you've got DTs and stuff like that, which are Dark Templars, they're invisible anyway, so you can kind of just keep pumping them out, and sometimes they don't even spot where they're coming from. And as you can see, I'm just saving up for the blue flame Hellions here, so I mean you can chuck out the Hellions while you're waiting and then get the upgrade later on, because I mean I'm not attacking quite yet anyway, so as long as I can afford it, you might as well get them while you can. So there you go, 2 medivacs being built, and as you can see I'm just waiting for that 150 minerals now. Got up here, check that I can... There you go, checking that I can't get out another mule, which I can't, so it's just waiting at the moment. And there we go, Blue Flame Hellions on research, and as you can see I haven't really paid attention to this second base, which is really stupid of me. But now it's finished, there you go, I can chuck out a couple of SCVs, a mule, just to get that little bit more money coming in. And as you can see here, I decided to go for a 3 medivac attack. I've got a load of Marines down here as it is at the moment. And I've got 2 medivacs on build, which must be nearly completed by now, and one that I built earlier while I was just waiting for the minerals to be able to get that reactor and everything running. So there you go, 3 of them done. I decide, yep, let's go. So all the Marines in there. I got the other ones in there, and I decide, right, 3 Hellions, that should be enough. Blue Flame's not quite done yet, but it will be any minute, so I decided to chuck them in as well, and a couple more Marines with it as well. So it's all going good so far. Couple of Marines, couple of Hellions, so I've got 4 left that I could chuck in, which is... So I've got nearly 3 full. Usually I'd have an extra 2 Marines in, but I didn't have the minerals for it, so I just left it. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of minerals building up at the moment. That's just me being stupid more than anything, really. I should really be building more Hellions, more Marines, all at once, and probably an extra barracks, actually, to get more out. With that 3rd barracks, I would recommend chucking a tech lab on it, just because it's so useful. As you can see, when I dropped those units in for him, he really wasn't expecting it to come behind him, so he was still concentrating fire down on that rock, and he just got slaughtered by me. So I've got half my units destroying that, and the other half going after the little runaway units, which he got an extra 2 hits in on me because I ran away too early. As you can see, Blue Flame's not quite done yet, but doesn't matter, I still managed to slaughter him. And there you go, there's that little place I was talking about earlier. It's just on the ridge. It's quite good if you've got Reapers or something that can jump, Colossus or Colossi and stuff like that. And it's a really good point just to drop off. As you can see, those little towers there, they're quite good. They show you the map. So it's kind of useful just to leave a little Marine there, or just a cheap unit, just to keep that vision so you can see when you're going to be attacked. But because of the build that I'm using, it's just better just to save those minerals and save those Marines just waiting for that first attack. As you can see here, I've not really got any fast units or many fast units, so I've decided to go just straight into his base. I did drop off a bit premature. I've decided to drop at the start of the supply line of minerals, whereas really I should have dropped off in the middle to get more of those hits off quickly, to kill more of those SCVs. But as you can see here, he's not even really noticed or reacted. He's still letting his SCVs just get slaughtered down, and as I just move in, slowly taking out bit by bit his base. But I think with that first attack he didn't have anything left over anyway from that, so I don't think he's got much of a chance anyway. But all my Marines just slaughtering. That Blue Flame's been upgraded now, so that's just killing. And no GG, but I got the game anyway, so it's all going good so far. Still Marines being built and everything, so hope you enjoyed it. I did pretty well, and as you can see all my stats were above his, so that's always what you're looking for, to be just getting more resources, more units quicker and faster. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully get some more out for you soon.